Yeah, man. What it do? Yeah, it's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC. And you know, today was all about Mama Love, man. And before I do, definitely got to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all your feedback, the positive, the negative, all things is respected and needed because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping foot on heathens, Hegroes, and the newly installed heathen nice necks. And of course, keeping my foot on the necks of Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Hebrewism, Islam, and any other isms that's keeping us in spiritual prison, right? Round of applause for that. But yeah, man. Um, before I even start, man, let me address. I know a lot of you guys be wondering why I stopped saying, all praises be to the heavenly ones and stuff like that. The reason why I stopped because I want to separate myself from the Euro Christian ideologies that come along with all of these organizations, whether it's in Judaism, whether it's in Islam, and Christianity in a whole, right? For me personally, what I'm saying, I'm always gonna give all glory to the creators, but the creators know every time I come on, I'm out here to do their will. Like I said, their will, not his will, their will, plural, multiple. Okay, male, female, divine order, universal order, right? But the reason why I came to do this live, and it's not going to take too much of your time, it's going to be real quick. Um, I um, I have to give you guys a recap of what took place for the last 2 days being around Mama Bella. I said Mama Bella. You hear me? Mama Love, right? Benyata Bella, right? And listen, when I tell you it's always good to be around individuals that carry wisdom, that knows what they talking about, that's been in this fight for a long period of time. And I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for the enlightenment. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for your time. You know what I'm saying? And not only is it humbling to see somebody of her stature as far as wisdom, but the humility that comes along with it, right? She didn't move like it was Hollywood. It was none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was all love. It was all literally about the people. She wanted the people to come closer, like, yo, now we gotta talk, etc., etc. And I did, and I uploaded the lives on the YouTube, so you guys can definitely check it out. Even for the visuals and stuff like that. My apologies. I've left my tripod at home. I'm so disappointed, but I was holding it in my hand. I had a smaller tripod. I really wanted to just place it down and let it record, but things happen. But overall, um, it was phenomenal. So let me give you my recap. Um, Again, it was phenomenal. Um, for those that lives in Brooklyn, man, if you ever get a chance, man, go to Nicholas bookstore. They sell everything from books to herbs. Got me some things. Let's just talk about the hospitality, man. Phenomenal. Everybody was just loving. You know what I'm saying? You was greeted with open arms. It wasn't a hassle to get things done. Um, you have free range. You know what I'm saying? I listen. I went behind the oil section, and smelling different oils. Some stores don't do that, but within that area, the store, Nicholas Bookshop. bookstore. There was a lot of things that we was able to do. Um, Shout out to one of the vendors. I forgot her name. It was a very unique name, and she was selling some ginger cake with elderberries and stuff in it. Phenomenal. I had to buy two of them, so I got one there. I'm waiting for the food to finish being cooked when I go pick it up, and I'm gonna end it off with that ginger cake. You um, and it's all organic, by the way. Um, that's pretty much it as far as the hospitality goes. It was great. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of new people, man. Shout out to my brother Rain, man. We are definitely gonna build. When I tell you, when the creators bring people together, like even the sister, she was like, "Yo, man, you sure you guys ain't related? Y'all walking, y'all both bald headed, got beards, wearing glasses, and y'all demeanor is literally the same." And me and him had a long conversation on for like an hour and 30 minutes, and we're just conversing. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the things that I'm doing out of Philly. I'm doing it here in New York. And it was great. And definitely gonna build. You guys will see my brother on this podcast. Um, we gonna read, we on some deconstructing religion as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And he has some great information. I'm not gonna disclose it until I do my studies. You know what I'm saying? We don't just bring forth stuff without doing homework, right? Because he could be making a mistake. He may be misled. We living in a world of misleading and confusion, right? But we just had a phenomenal build, man, phenomenal, and I was honored, and it makes sense into why the creators told me to bring my behind over there, right? Because like I said, the minute I step away from something, it's like the creator said, "Yeah, this is I needed you to grab that so you can go here." So now I got that. Now it's on to the next phase, right? And that next phase is freedom. If it ain't freedom, we don't want it, right? But during the conversation, during the lectures and all that, um, Mama Love says some things that even for myself, I had to, look within myself and see where I'm at. Right. Remember, yesterday I told you guys about the four elements. I got it down packed now. The first one is freedom. Second one is injustice, right? Justice and health, right? That's second. Third is prosperity. And fourth is power, okay? So these four things are the foundation of who we are and what we should be doing. We should be seeking freedom. Through freedom, it's about health and injustice, right? Making sure people is healthy, and making sure that the laws and the rules and regulations is justified, is justification by the things that's being done, not based on man's perspective, but based on universal perspective, right? That's the injustice. The prosperity, making sure that everybody's good, everybody's eating. There should be no homeless people, right? There should be no homeless people. There should be nobody poor. Nothing. None of these things should be a thought in these elements that we supposed to have as individuals. And last but not least is power. And Mama Love said something to me which was profound. She said that when you hear people saying that these countries, these powerful nations, they're not powerful. They're forceful. There's a difference between having power and using force. And everything that they do, they use force. They don't have the power. They don't have no power to genuinely make you believe into their religion. They gotta force this upon you. They don't have the power to just genuinely make you believe in Islam. They gotta force this upon you, right? Through bloodshed, right? This is the Euro. This is the Euro-Christian ideology mentality. Okay? So when you hear people saying a powerful nation, there's no powerful nations. All these nations is weak. You understand? These nations cannot stand without the blood, the shedding of tears upon black people. And even not just black people in general, but the black land that they seem to never want to let go. Okay? That's where their strength comes from. Okay? There's no powerful nation. All these nations need Africa to survive. All these nations need African people, which you are, black man, black woman, black child. Okay? We just been scattered abroad, but not according to this Hebrew religious nonsense. We just scattered all over the place. I'm talking about beautiful black skinned people. Okay, cool. So when she said that, you know, me for myself, I had to look myself in the mirror, because out of those four elements, she said, in order for a revolution to take place or even be in that direction, the first revolution needs to start within yourself, right? You need to detoxify yourself. You need to cleanse yourself from all things that's hindering your development into a freedom fighter. Because everything about our existence is for our freedom. We're not free. And those are one of the issues. The fact that we believe that we are free. We are not free. In fact, we are far from being free. Because if we are not able to uphold these four elements, then how can we be free? If I gotta go to these people to get food, to get shelter, to get water, I'm not free. No matter how much money I got, I am not free. Money does not buy freedom. Money buys privilege and access, but you don't get freedom. You understand? So we have to get out the mentality, and for myself, you know what I'm saying? This is more about self-reflecting for myself. I had to come to the understanding that the things that I'm doing is really not, is it beneficial for me, right? Because like I said before, the first stage of revolution is detoxifying self, right? So I have to detoxify myself from the Euro Christian ideologies, perspective, religion, beliefs. I have to. And this is not me, you know, this denouncing my creators, was because I never will do that. I'll never gonna be in that space. But I have to denounce the Euro Christian ideologies in order for me to connect back to my African Bantu roots. And that goes for every single one of us. But instead of me talking it to you guys and trying to persuade you guys into seeing it or believing in it, like how these brothers and sisters is doing, especially on these YouTubes, it's important that I apply this into my everyday life. I have to remove the Euro Christian ideologies from me. I have to remove it. My conversations gotta be different. You understand? My reading, my speech, everything has to be different, right? Everything that comes out my mouth should no longer be, these heathens is doing this, or it's because we going through that. That cannot be in our vocabulary, cannot be in our sentences, can't even be in our thoughts, right? We have to get to the space of demanding. You see, like how the Bible says, I command you to do this. That's the same ideology we got to have with the things that we want. But don't want the things that's going to keep you tied in being a slave. You want to manifest the things that's going to grant you your freedom, that's going to give you injustice and health, that's going to give you prosperity and wealth, right? And last but not least, it's going to give you power, right? The power starts from within and it manifests out to the world. But you're not going to be able to have power if you don't have those other three elements. You understand? You have to do what? You have to desire freedom. Freedom got to always be in the forefront of everything that you do. Everything. It's not past tense. It's not waiting for Sunni to come. That's Euro Christian ideology. Okay? Every single one of us is a Messiah, if you want to call it that. Every single one of us is a Mensindisi, if you want to call it that. Every single one of us, you have a purpose, you have a job. A savior is somebody that saves somebody. Mothers, you got to save your children. Fathers, you got to save your children, your wife, your household. Every single one of us got a job to do. Every single one of us is a Messiah. You have to see that. But you're not going to see that off the ideologies of what? Euro Christian perspective. Excuse me. You're not going to see that if you are in a state of believing that somebody's coming to save you. That's the Euro Christian. That's the ideology that came with the Council of Nicaea. We got to know these things. Religion has introduced fear unto the people. Because if you question or you step away or you denounce something, people is thinking that you hellbound or you've been overtaken by spirits and this and that. This is the Euro-Christian ideology. We have to step away from that if you want to tap into your true African culture. Because Mama Love stated, she said something to me yesterday and today. She said, listen, if you want to find yourself, you got to put it in your mind that that's what you want to do, and your ancestors will come to you and guide you to where you need to guide to. And shout out to a sister named D, and she said, she tapped in. She traced her ancestors back to the Yoruba tribe and how the British took her grandmother and sold her in 16 something. She was able to do so. And she was able to do so by meditating and allowing their ancestors to come into her in her visions, into her dreams. And she was able to pinpoint that. And I'm definitely gonna have her on the show, but I'm just letting you guys know, like, these are the people that I was around today. Phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Great minds. I met another brother who just now recovered from complete memory loss. He says, yo, I'm just now getting back to walking, back to moving, talking. I lost all my memory. I looked at him, I said, for real? He's like, yeah. And he was like, "Yo, man, I see you on the mic and all that, man. You recording and stuff. You a recorder." I say, "Yeah, man. I put things on my YouTube, etc., etc." He's like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Subscribe." He was like, "Oh, absolutely." He was like, "Yo, I love your energy." You know what I'm saying? And like I said, these type of things put a smile on my face because it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. You feel me? I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for views. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here to give the message and the facts, because there's no truth in this world. Everything is lies. To give the facts to the people so the people can take that facts and do something productive instead of relapse. What comes along with Euro-Christian ideology, right? So, you know, looking at myself, having to evaluate myself. And even, my way is sleep now, but, when I get the food and she gets up, you know what I'm saying? I got to have a conversation with her. The conversation is, how can I improve being a better me for you? How can I improve being a better me for you? How can I improve? How can I, uh, how can I lead this? How can I lead this family structure in complete peace? You understand? And I have to be a better me. And even for the YouTube, I have to be a better me. My deliverance got to be a lot different. My message got to be different. I had my little situation I had to say yesterday, but moving forward, my objective is I'm no longer going to entertain nor respond, or I'm not doing none of these things, because if the goal is to heal and save the people, then I have to be in a space mentally, physically, spiritually, in a space to endure everything. But I gotta first know how to correct myself. I gotta detoxify myself. I have to, again, people, I have to remove the Euro Christian ideology, because the Euro Christian ideology has brought nothing but destruction upon black and brown people. Now, whether you see it or not, that's for you. But the Euro Christian ideology, remember, the Euro Christian ideology came with a sword. It came with destruction. It came with genocide. It came with imprisonment. It came with lynching. It came with burning. And it came with, with hellfire. And it's still coming, right? And now we have taken this Euro Christian ideology and we have started doing these things that I just mentioned to each other, right? A behavior that was taught to us by who, right? So once we see these things and we understand these things, it's an objective. We have work to do. And just driving back and reflecting, I'm just thinking about 50 trillion things. I'm just saying to myself, like, damn, like I really think that, you really think that you have all the knowledge and all the wisdom and understanding. But in reality, we don't. There's no structure. So now, shout out to my bro, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna build, we gotta create a structure. Structure has to be implemented, right? Structure has to be implemented. People's purpose must be found. We're not going off this Euro Christian ideology no more. That's definitely gotta be removed. Like Mama Love says, you gotta take a laxative for the brain. The brain needs a laxative so you can remove all the indoctrination, the processed water, processed meat. And I'm just being metaphorical. All this processed nonsense. Remember, this was a process to get us here. So we gotta remove all this processing from our body in order for us to elevate to that next level. We have to let that go. It has to be removed by any means necessary, because nothing will get done. No conversations can be had. No right from wrong can be seen and understood until we get that ideology removed from us. And they're using it every single day. By what? How do they force this Euro Christian ideology upon us? They use the church and they use school. So, in order for us to find freedom, the objective is to do what? Now we need to take our children out to school. We need to denounce taking our children to the church. We need to stop. And like I said, anything that they got their hands in, we got to say no, right? 2.7 trillion of spending power. That money should be circulating around the community. It should be circulating around each other. There should be no homeless black and brown person in these streets at all. There should be no black person suffering from anything at all. There should be none of that. Every single one of us should have the power to heal. But we don't have the power to heal because of the Euro Christian ideology. They're telling that you're being fed that everything that's black is evil. Voodoo is evil, or excuse me, voodoo. And I was there yesterday when they started off with a ceremony where it's like a ritual dance or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it was phenomenal. It kept everybody on a high frequency. Today, high frequency. You know what I'm saying? There was no room for ignorance. There was no room for profanity. There was no room for low energy wicked music. There was no room for that. You couldn't even if you even wanted to, people's not even going on their phones to go on social media. You know what I'm saying? Outside of people like myself who was getting ready to do the content, people was not even on their phones, man. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So the energy was on high. You feel me? Oh, I gotta go get the food, guys. But um, what else? What else was said? Um, yeah, definitely gotta, you know what I'm saying, cleanse. You gotta get a mental laxative. I might make that a podcast, right? Talk about the four elements of a freedom fighter, okay? Because we've forgotten that. Oh, and she said something is you have to be able to identify your enemy. You can't put one person in this category. All of them had their hands in your demise. Every single one of these people had their hands in your demise. Okay? They had their hands in your misery. Whether it's Belgium, whether it's Germany, whether it's Great Britain, whether it's France, whether it's Spain, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's China, whether it's Russia, what's these people name? The Middle East. All these people had their hands in your demise, and they all come by the guidelines and the foundation of Euro Christian teaching. These are facts, people. So if I see the Euro Christian teaching taking place, my job is to do what? Is to remove myself from it because it's doing more damage than good, right? But like I said, I'm definitely going to talk about the four elements of a freedom fighter. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to give you guys a recap. It was phenomenal. Shout out to Mama Love. Shout out to every participant. Shout out to the brother. Oh, before I forget, there's a black YouTube channel, black YouTube, software that you guys can upload your videos where it's black owned, you know what I'm saying? It's black audience. If this is what you want, I'm definitely gonna, indulge myself into that. When I finish doing what I'm doing, I got a whole bunch of videos I'm gonna upload on that joint. I'm gonna flood it up, right? It's called otwtube.com. otwtube.com. You ain't gonna be silenced, ain't gonna be no censoring, none of these things. You're gonna be able to excuse me, hear me, I said freak. Speak whatever you wanna speak freely with no censorship. You're not gonna be able, your page not gonna be taken down, nothing. Right? And the person that told me this is the owner, the founding father of this website. And you know, I'm just happy. You feel me? And another black um social media you guys should be a part of should be something called fan base. If you don't know what fan base is, man, look up fan base. It's black owned, it's owned by Isaac Hayes' son. He has a son named Isaac Hayes Jr. He started his own so-called Instagram platform. A lot of every single colored person should be involved in that. You know what I'm saying? But tune into that, support that. I'm about to go make this run. My Wiz is hungry. I gotta get her food. And like I said, I gotta correct myself. So it's trying to figure out the things that I need to do right for me in order to take care of her and take care of the family. But I'm definitely gonna be on later on. The broadcast will be up and running tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Tune in, support it, share this. We at 100,000 on YouTube. We at 20,000 on Instagram. We at 10,000 on TikTok. We at um we at 40,000 on Newsbreak. and we just gonna keep elevating. You know what I'm saying? The next phase, the next social media platform is going to be Twitter, and and definitely the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We got over 1,000 something followers on the Facebook. Shout out to you guys that's following, supporting the page. Continue doing that. And even though we being censored by YouTube and all that, we still going to keep pushing, right? So continue supporting. I'll definitely be back later on. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holler at y'all.